Hello everyone, this is part 4 of Unit 5 UGC NET GRF Forensic Science. In this part, we will discuss about the concept of velocity, penetration, dispersion, ricochet, accidental discharge, and determination of range in firearm cases. Ballistic gelatin, it is the testing medium. So, how it is prepared? 250A type ordnance gelatin is added in water to make 10% solution of ballistic gelatin. So 10% ordnance gelatin is used for the comparison of pellets and solid slug penetration, and 20% ordnance gelatin is used to obtain bullet terminal effect. So this is a testing material to test the effect of the bullet. The different ranges in case of firearms: extreme range, up to which the bullet can go; accuracy range, maximum distance at which the firearm and cartridge will consistently place all shots in the standard target. So accuracy is to hit the target, the maximum distance at which the target can be hit. Effective range, maximum distance at which one can expect a bullet to travel accurately. So, the accuracy range will determine what is the effective range of a firearm, or it depends on the shooter as well. Point blank range, in which accuracy is not needed. The target is so close, so there will be no need to sight adjustment or perfect aiming. Fouling is used in determining approximate time of firing. So barrel wipe is done in that case. In bullet trajectory, maximum range can be obtained if the angle of projection is sine 2 theta is equals to 1. So if the angle is 45 degrees, maximum range can be obtained. Dispersion in case of shotgun cartridges. So up to 1 foot or 30 centimeter, a single hole of 2 centimeter is observed. Up to 1 meter, 3 centimeter single hole is observed. 2 meter, 4 centimeter single hole. 2 to 5 meter short distance, there will be irregular central hole with small individual pallet around it. It is also known as rat hole. 5 meter or above, individual holes of pallet are visible. Journey's formula to determine the maximum range of shotgun pellets are: range in yards is equals to diameter in inches into 2200. So 1 millimeter is equals to 0.0394 inch. In case the diameter is given in millimeters, so first we have to convert it into inch. Caliber or entrance wound. So when a projectile hits the body, first the skin gets stretched, and when it will enter the body, the skin again returns to its original position. That is why the wound of entrance appears smaller than the caliber of the bullet. In case of very close range discharge of the firearms like shotguns and high velocity rifles, the destruction is more. So, there will be a formation of stellate or star-shaped wound. In case of contact shots at site where there is no bone under the skin, the wound of entrance would be approximately equal to the caliber of the bullet. So, what I have said earlier, it is not a generalized case that the caliber of the bullet would be smaller than would be larger than the wound. There are variations. Mostly the wound of entrance is smaller than the caliber of the bullet, but in cases of contact shots where there is no bone under the skin, the caliber of the bullet would be approximately equal to the wound of the entrance. But when contact shot is at a site where there is bone under the skin, the diameter of wound is larger than the caliber of the bullet because of the resistance offered by the bone. And the star shape of the wound is due to the uh, tearing of the skin because of the presence of propellant gases. In case when the bullet strikes the skin perpendicularly, the round hole is there, but when the bullet will strike in side-on position from the side, so the wound of entrance would be elongated, and this type of hole is known as keyhole wound. If the bullet is fired when the muzzle is in contact with the skin, so the hot gases released from the muzzle flash may burn the skin, leaving a telltale or scorching marks. Bones, organ, and other tissues bend the path of the bullet, and this effect is known as tumbling effect. Exit wound in generally it is larger than the diameter of the projectile passing through it. It may be nearly equal to the diameter of the bullet, not small. Its shape may vary from circular, elliptical, crescent, or linear laceration, uh, or elongated. Sometimes the bullet may get deformed and mushroomed and will result in irregular exit hole. Star-shaped exit wounds may be seen on head. In the case of the bullet fragments, so there will be one entry wound but more than one exit wounds due to the fragments of the bullet. Sometimes the jacket and core will separate and form separate exit holes. So there is a possibility that when one bullet enters the body, there will be one entrance wound and more than one exit wounds. The bones may fragment and may cause large exit wounds. Sometimes when the bullet yaws inside the body and after getting deflected by some tissue or bone, what we have called as tumbling effect, it may come out with its point to the front. So the exit wound will be similar to the entrance wound. If the bullet will come out to in the form of when in the form of how it is entered. So pointing towards the front. Now the effect of velocity of the bullet. When the velocity of bullet lies within the range 400 to 600 meter per second, lead bullets and expanding bullets starts mushrooming. The cross-sectional area or the projection area of the bullet increases as the projectile moves and it causes greater tissue damage. When the bullet velocity is 600 to 1100 meter per second, in case of .303 rifle, AK-47 rifle with magazine capacity of 30 or 7.62 self-loading rifle or 5.56 mm rifle, it produces explosive wounds. The tissue not only along the track is damaged but away from the track will also get damaged, and the exit wound would be much more larger than the caliber of the bullet. Barrel length does not increase the projectile velocity as velocity will be dependent upon the conversion of chemical energy into kinetic energy. So if the barrel length is increased, there will be no effect on the velocity. Chronograph measures the velocity of the bullet. Increasing the velocity of bullet results in increased air resistance on bullet, increased yaw of bullet in its motion, in air. For its stability in flight, the pitch of rifling has to be reduced. If we have to increase the bullet velocity, the pitch should be reduced. Now the entry wound versus exit wound. In skull or bone, entry wound is clear cut, whereas exit wound is beveled. Sometimes the exit wound is star shaped. Margins of entry wounds are generally inverted, whereas exit wound margins are everted. But in case of fat people, when the gas between the skin and bone expands, the margins get everted. Burning, blackening, tattooing, etc. are present on entrance wound only. Track near the entry wound may be pink because of the presence of carbon monoxide. When a bullet strikes bone, the bone particles are displaced in the direction of firing. Thus, they may be observed near the exit wound. Direction of firing. So, circular aberration is formed when the bullet strikes the body perpendicularly, but when it strikes the bullet body at an angle, there will be oval aberration. The aberration will help in determining the direction of firing. And burning, blackening, tattooing, etc. are found on one side of the wound in case the bullet will strike at an angle other than uh, perpendicular. So, in case of gunshot wounds at head, the direction of firing may be determined from the defects in the skull. In case of perpendicular hit, the beveling of the exit hole in the skull is symmetrical. But if it hits at an angle, the beveling on the exit side is asymmetrical. Pressure and trigger pull. So, pressure and trigger pull of the following firearms are: shotgun pressure is 3.5 to 5.5, high rifles 20, revolver 6, pistol 13 tons per inch square. The trigger pull are: for service rifles 6 to 7, supporting rifles 5 to 6, miniature rifle .2 to 3 to 4, pistol 3 to 4, single action revolver 3 to 5, double action revolver 16 to 20 pounds. Ricochet, it occurs when in the path of bullet, uh, bullet and target, it hits another object and get deflected, and there will be a change in the direction of the bullet. So, ricochet behavior varies with the bullet shape, bullet material, spin, velocity, target material, and the angle of incidence. When a bullet ricochets from a frangible surface, the ricochet marks has the point of maximum depth near the point of impact. Bullet RPM or bullet rotation per minute is given by the formula muzzle velocity into 720 by twist rate or pitch of the rifling in inches. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more such videos.